Has anybody ever had a dream, an idea, an inspiration, something that you've always wanted to do and excited to do it? Yeah? You thought about it for days, for hours, some of you maybe even weeks and years. Yeah? Some of you may have already romanticized the crap out of it. You've imagined yourself at the front of your ship, riding your very own Titanic, with your hair blowing in the wind, full of inspiration, admiration, and complete and utter happiness. One day, you actually work that courage up and you share an idea with somebody that was really important to you, only to have them respond with something like, "Oh, that's great. Are you sure about that? Have you thought about X, Y, and Z?" That inspiration and excitement quickly turn to feeling deflated and sad. And like the Titanic, you hit your iceberg and you sink. That holy moment that you're about to take in the world quickly turns to maybe they're right. You take the idea, you pack it away and move on. Anybody? Me too. And actually, this is why it's so hard for me to actually come up with what I was going to talk to you about. I wrote this over and over again. It's amazing how many times I wrote this over, and each time my communications partner, Janice, said to me, "It needs more." I became extremely frustrated with a process that actually I find normally really enjoyable. I couldn't figure out what it was. I didn't think that you were going to heckle me. I didn't think that you were going to throw my idea away, but I was frustrated. So I closed the computer, I went back to the old school way of doing things, grabbed a pen and paper, and I began to write. And what I realized was actually I was in fear. Fear of that iceberg hitting my Titanic like it had done 10 years ago. See, in 2006, I realized that all the challenges that I had faced in my life, all the hardships that I had gone through, were actually an incredible gift. I realized that everything that I had experienced actually provided me with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the experience to support young women to live to their potential in the world. I also realized that I did not want to do this alone. I actually wanted to join somebody else's ship and become their crew member so that together, we in community could go and help young women to move around those icebergs that I had hit in my life and sail successfully in their own. I worked up a great presentation and approached some women-led organizations, and lo and behold, the first one actually took a meeting with me. I had all the benefits of the organization. I was super nervous, but I was determined, this might be my time. The meeting went fantastic, and then 3 weeks later, I received an email that was 3 sentences long. The first one said, "Thank you very much." The third one said, "We're not interested. However, if you'd like to join our program, we'll give you a discount so you can start your own initiative." I was flattened. It was like a boom in the back of the head, a great presentation to that. I had no idea what had happened. But Organization 2 wouldn't even take a meeting with me. She said to me, "Loretta, you have 2 minutes on the phone, go." I gave the most shakiest pitch that I have ever given in my entire life. And she cut me off and she said, "Thank you very much. I receive a number of these requests a week. We're not interested. Good luck." And she hung up the phone on me. Iceberg 2 knocked me out. I felt like a really little person in a very big sea, and I couldn't figure out what had happened. I had taken something that was so important to me, to women that I thought would assist me to move forward, and they wouldn't. They actually said what I had didn't have much value to them. At least that's how I interpreted it. Deflated and sad, a mentor actually turned to me and said, "Maybe this is your time to start your own ship, Loretta, and sail on your own journey." I thought, how could somebody so small do something so big? And why the heck should I have to? Feeling anxiety, depressed, and fatigue, this all set in with me, and I had no idea what I was going to do with this bright idea that I had that wasn't so bright anymore. And then a small group of people said, "You know what, we believe in what you have to do. We know that there's a purpose here, and we're going to help you." So they assisted me to start my own organization. And even though I really didn't want to, I did, and I'm so glad that I had. Passion Foundation, my organization, has supported nearly 800 young women in 10 countries in the last 9 years with innovative leadership skills to live to their full potential in the world. Thank you. It has been an unbelievably incredible journey, however, brutal at times. I have hit so many icebergs along the way and had to do constant repairs to my ship, but the journey and what I've learned has been phenomenal. I have learned what it means to be humble, to have awareness of how to really grow community, and to create meaningful impact in the world that creates a sustainable change. It has been amazing, and I've learned so much, and it's now time for me to take the next level of my journey to build my new ship, and this subconsciously brings back a lot of fear from my past, because I've decided that I do not want to do this alone. I want to actually bring community together to create some really meaningful change. There are too many people in the world who are doing things individually and experiencing a large number of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. And I know that if I brought my skills and your skills and we brought them together, we could actually create something really meaningful and huge and different in the world. While I was doing my master's degree in leadership, I asked somebody very dear to me about what leadership meant to her. And what she said was so profound and hit me so deep that it became the foundation of this new journey. She said to me, Loretta, there is only one definition of leadership, and that is to be of service, first to ourselves and then to others. She said there is no room in the world for people to act alone anymore, and it is important to harmonize, to work together to create change. This just blew me away. Something that I had thought and somebody coming together to do this is just amazing. And so I started to reflect in the last 10 years of my life working in public and private sector and realizing there are core things that people want. People want to have their ideas heard. People want to be part of a greater community, and people want to participate and contribute to something greater than themselves, to be of service. I also know that we live in an overstimulated world where people are disconnected from that service. Whether we are university students, business owners, nonprofit, civil servants that I've worked with, thousands of them over the years, I realize that people crave to have this, but instead they get lonely, they have fatigue, they have anxiety. All these things continue to move forward in our world, and I'm so tired of it. There is no need for anybody in our world to feel disconnected in a world full of possibilities and connection. None. And I want to do something about it. We are experiencing these things because we have a skewed idea of what success and fulfillment actually look like. We also have leaders in our world that talk about power and control being a way to a better life. In fact, it's actually destroying us as humans and as humanity, as would have it. And so this new journey that I'm about to embark on, that I'm going to tell you about, actually fixes this problem. And I'd like to do it in community. Leaders for Humanity is set to sail to provide effective leadership to individuals, to businesses, and to nonprofit organizations. It is set to provide effective leadership from the inside out, to assist people to find themselves, to work past their personal barriers, create community in a larger platform, and become inspired global citizens. I've already seen the results in some of the things that I've done, and it's been incredible. And I want to work past my fear, past the challenges that I've had from the past, from my history, and I want to move forward. My ask is that you come along. My ask is that you come along as part of my program, Leaders for Humanity, or not, your own Leader for Humanity, where you are being a service to yourself, to others, and to the world at large. However, if I'm really vulnerable and I'm really authentic, it's actually to ask you to come along with me, to bring your tools to the table, your expertise, so that together we can create something meaningful for our world. Thank you.